lot of great goals in 2023, from Messi's free kick in America to Rodri returning into prime Cristiano Ronaldo in the last minute, to goalkeepers even getting in the goals, from individual brilliance right up to pulling a rabbit out of a hat. We're going to kick off with our first goal in 2023. Rodri's weak foot curler against Bayern Munich to take them to the next stage of the Champions League. He's continuously emulated Vincent Kompany's "Don't let Kompany shoot, don't shoot," as he scored a worldie that ended up making them win the league that season back in the day. At number 2, we talk about Phil Foden, who scored a Messi-like goal versus Newcastle, cutting in from the right, wriggling his way through the Newcastle defenders. He finished it calmly, as he literally went through the Newcastle defenders as if they were invisible. A player who had been struggling for form before scored the World Year for goal to reignite his career. Gabriel Jesus sits Man United defender down and scores. Charged toward the goal, is nervous. It was poised to get into the score sheet and set a grown man the yogurt gallon down and slotted it home to add salt to the wounds against Manchester United. The Arsenal base was absolutely ecstatic, and no one couldn't believe what they'd just seen. Do you go down later to be memed continuously for weeks because of Gabriel Jesus' calmness and composure? And as for Nana, keeps on letting every shot in. Number 4, we talk about Marcus Rashford's worldie of a goal versus Arsenal. With Marcus in goal-scoring form, he cut across Thomas Partey and unleashed a venomous shot that dipped into the bottom left, leaving the net bulging, and Aaron Ramsdale in disbelief as that shot came from way out. Its power and speed left the Emirates Stadium in disarray, from goals from long range to twists and turns. We can't forget the naughty little flicks, and we can't talk about flicks without talking about Darwin Núñez and his naughty little flick past one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Salah drove down the right flank, fizzed a low cross into the box. A struggling Darwin Núñez times his run perfectly, and unlike all the times where there's no end product, he audaciously pulls off a cheeky backheel flick that sent the ball into the back of the net. Vinny's goal versus Manchester City. Even at the biggest stage, Vinny doesn't shy away from putting on a show for the spectators. After a rainbow flick attempt on Walker, we knew this kid had no respect for Manchester City. He topped it all off by receiving a pass from Camavinga. After he gained a lot of ground, Vinny took the ball on his stride, slightly cut in, and rifled a shot past Ederson, who was presumably way off his line and absolutely no one to blame. Speaking of disrespect, this takes us to number 7, where former Dortmund striker Haaland acrobatically scored a goal against his former club in some fashion. We may have to say here that the assist surely was better than the goal, as Cancelo unlocked his inner Modric and went for a right outside the football to find the Norwegian striker. Crazy how Cancelo fell out of favour with Pep, as he's been known for continuously dropping dimes for his forwards season after season. Many say he brings a lot whilst attacking, but can become a bit of a defensive liability. At number 8, many say his second touch of the ball was pure luck, but he'll say he meant to leave Bayern Munich defender Matthäus de Ligt dizzy and not knowing where the ball was. Dani Olmo ran the show from start to finish. He had Bayern fans applaud, and people wondered why he started for Spain, but he clearly showed it with his quality against the biggest clubs in the world, and also a club that's said to dominate a farmers' league. Knowing Bayern's reputation, Leipzig fans were left partying that Bayern didn't sign him during the transfer window, as they usually poach good players from their opponents in the Bundesliga. A reborn player has made it to number 9 on our list, more of a hybrid centre-back under Pep Guardiola. He's been given some sort of free roam role at Man City, where he plays as a CDM. He scored an absolute rocket of a goal to go level with Dortmund in the Champions League. It was all laces and power, leaving Dortmund keeper helpless between their sticks. From an upcoming talent at Everton, his career never went quite to plan, but seems to be a new player this season under prolific manager Pep Guardiola. At number 10, we bring up a player who continuously causes a stir during the transfer window, a player who owns Paris Saint-Germain and is said to have gotten rid of all the players he didn't want. Most notably, the player stealing his spotlight is Neymar. The Champions League is where most of the magic happens. Against Juventus, Kylian Mbappe continued to prove to us why Real Madrid are patiently waiting for him to part ways with the French club. Whilst his shirt is getting grabbed, he soldiered on, cut to the right and slotted it in the bottom right, leaving Juve's defenders in awe. For our 11th goal, whether it was poor defending or just the youngster's brilliance, Jamal Musiala left the Wolfsburg defenders ball watching, as they seemed to also be intrigued by watching Jamal with the ball on his feet. Again, many say he resembled Messi with this goal. It was just pure class, as he kept the ball glued to his feet and beat about 6 players just to slot it into the bottom's right corner. The dribbling is so simple but yet so effective. Probably has Gareth Southgate blowing his phone up for him to change nationalities again. Don't forget to subscribe and check out more content right here.